Welcome back, everyone. Being safe online is not only about the information you post on the internet, but also about the spam and viruses that can do internal damage to your electronic devices.
Yeah, that's true. And joining us is our good friend, Stan Prager here, and he has 5 ways to stay safe online in 2016. Let's kick it off with number 1.
Okay, so 5 ways. First of all, I always talk about antivirus software, security, how important that is. That's number 1, okay? Make sure that you've got a good quality antivirus product and that you keep it up to date. If it's a free one that you get from your cable company or you downloaded because your aunt told you to, get rid of that. Invest in something quality that has an antivirus, anti-malware, and firewall on there for you, okay? That's number 1.
Quality.
Number 2.
Quality. Number 2, change critical passwords on a regular basis. So a critical password, you have passwords for everything, right? But critical passwords would be your, for instance, your online banking password. That's something that can be hacked by people. A lot of people don't change that password. It's the same online password they've had for their bank for years.
Well, how often should we change it?
I would say every 3 or 4 months is a good idea.
No kidding.
Yeah, just to be safe. You know, that and your PayPal, anything where you really have a lot at stake. You know, there's a lot of things that aren't risky. If they get your Amazon.com subscription, right, they're going to rent a movie on Prime. It's going to cost you $2. But your bank, that's something that could be serious.
I have a problem with making all different passwords and then forgetting them.
Indeed, I have one password for everything.
See,
I'm guilty of that.
Is it Fluffy One? Is it the name of a cat that used to have who died?
It's just my name,
in
Chris
1993.
123.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not it.
No, I have an Excel spreadsheet and I have all my passwords in there, but you don't have to change. Again, don't worry about changing your passwords for minor things, you know?
Right.
All the time, right? If you have a password set up so you can buy movie tickets online, you don't have to change that all the time, okay? But your online banking is critical, and PayPal's critical.
Good
Number
info.
3.
Number 3, okay, so I've talked about this before. Do not open email attachments that you are unfamiliar with, okay? If you're not sure, if you're not 100% certain this is safe, do not chance it because that could release, you know, a virus or type of malware or this, you know, this ransomware, all this kinds of stuff in your system. Just don't do it, okay? Just say no.
Just
okay?
say no. Number
Just
4.
say no.
Chance.
Okay. Number 4, back up your data on a regular basis. Most people do not do this. And backing up your data is a really important thing. And it isn't just so if your hard drive dies, which is what normally happens, but it's also with all this ransomware with encryption viruses. If you do not have your data backed up somewhere where it's clean and your data gets encrypted and you're held at ransom, you've lost everything. So that's really important.
Yeah,
okay?
that is. And number 5.
Number 5, do not use a computer with an operating system that is outdated and no longer supported, such as Windows XP or Vista. These no longer receive security updates. They're extremely hackable. If you have an old computer that Lincoln used with Windows XP on it, bite the bullet, buy a new computer, okay? You cannot upgrade the operating system. It's too old. You know, the computer dates back to 2002 or something. You've got to replace it, all right? I know it's an investment, but it's well worth it.
And it'll last. In the long run, it's beneficial.
Especially if you get something quality. You know, that's really important.
Stan, thank you so much for all of your expert advice. Go Geeks in East Longmeadow.
Thanks for having me.
Great information.